Good evening and welcome back to my channel. So this is the final update on the Soviet STZ-5 artillery tractor. This was an interesting build, and I rather enjoyed some of the challenge that came with it. I did go with finishing up or fiddling with a little display for it. Played around a bit with shading and what's the word I'm looking for? Scenery work. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. So I'm really crappy with finding words and so forth. So, but let's go ahead and I'll pull this out. I will put some single pictures up at the end of the video for the some still pictures I took of it. The kit. So the kit was entertaining. It's a little fiddly. The undercarriage is fiddly, and this whole stuff underneath was very, very fiddly. Yes, I didn't go through and weather the whole thing, mostly because it's not going to be seen, so I didn't. It was fun making the opening of the engine compartment, which I mentioned earlier. I did go through with putting the windows up. I intentionally fogged the headlights. I'm not sure if I like those. I might go back and dust those with some yellow. I'm waiting for that to sort of, for the, sort I'm looking for the matte finish to finally shape. I'm expecting that to yellow up a little bit more. This is the back side. So I kind of played here before I went to what would be the front side of it. I thought about passing on the decals, stickers, transfers. Ended up going ahead and putting them on just because. Doing the wood, that was a real eye-opener and learning experience. And then I got to play with the rust. Rust was interesting. I actually picked up a new. Now I've done rust videos before, and I've done typically I use this orange red combined with the Panzer Aces or Vallejo's version of dark brown. I did pick up recently some Master Series paint, whatever. This is a rust brown. This is from Reaper. And this ends up being a mid-tone between the orange and the rust. And I found it to combine nicely. A lot of the orange dusting was that. There's just little tiny hints of the actual orange paint in there, and you can see from my thumb palette, that's it. So I went with doing the rust where I figured water would have collected, run off, whatever. I intentionally used matte finish on the windows to give it standing water, stains, and so forth. You can see it there in the reflection. With this one there on both the front windows, I went with using some of the wash that I used for the overall thing. So the kit, I mentioned, like I said, going through the whole thing, the kit itself was entertaining. It was a little fiddly in some of the spots. I believe I called out all of the parts that were challenging. But this was a fun build. I didn't do some of the things I was going to do. Like I said, I was going to break the tracks and leave the tracks broken. But I only lately decided to go ahead and do the display stand. So I ended up not doing that. I'm kind of glad I did. It was fun. So that's that. This was the display. I believe the model was cornered. Is the actual thing that it was a model display kit that I've had out here for a while. Modeled that with just a train scenic thing that has the trolley tracks. Played around with it a bit. Did just some static grass and some flock and bits of gravel. And that's about the angle that I want that sitting in. So I have the tracks on the one side fully on the sidewalk. And then the tracks on this side fully on the cobblestones, mostly because then if I had it half and half, I would have felt like I would have had to mess with the bogey suspension so that it looked right. So I'm going to go with this as it is. Kind of a little bit at an off angle. I'll go ahead and finish that, put that in place, and that's it. So that is the Soviet STZ-5 from Vulcan. Yeah, learning, playing, doing some fun things. Nothing I did here was really much different. I did weather the transfers a little bit more, and I did play around with some different rusting techniques. Again, the biggest thing that I did differently on this kit that I have not done yet before is some of the work on the glass. That glass work is getting the glass to age and look worn was sort of a challenge. So that was fun. But with that said, there we go. That is that kit. Again, the series had more of what I have done rather than how I do things. But one of these days, maybe I'll figure out how I can actually video what I'm doing. Though, until then, this is kind of how I do things. So I hope that that's useful, enjoyable, that y'all like this one, and I will move on to my next kit, which I'm still not sure which one's going to be. My time here in the shop has been a little limited as of late, but there we go. Thank you very much, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Happy modeling to everybody. Take care. See you next time.